Today we're going to take a walkthrough of this brand new Jeep Bronco. Oh wait, it's not a Jeep, is it? This is my first chance that I've had to go hands-on with a brand new Ford Bronco. I want to go through, I've got a list of stuff that I want to check out personally and give you guys my opinion on the brand new Ford Bronco and why I think it's the most innovative off-road vehicle so far. So there's lots of technology and interesting new features on here, which I want to go through, and you've kind of been discovering some of them.
Yeah.
Now that you've owned it for what, a day?
I think less than 24 hours. Yeah. But I mean, my favorite is the donut mode.
Okay, so the first thing that we've been looking at is the 360-degree cameras.
Yeah.
Like that is...
What a useful feature for off-roading, right? Like that's...
to see what's around you?
See everything that's around you? That's unheard of.
So where is the carpet in this thing?
It doesn't have any, which is awesome. It comes with these nice rubber floor mats, which are removable. It did come with carpet floor mats in case you want them, but they came in the back in a plastic bag, which is where they will stay in my garage.
This is the whole interior is rubber. So you get mud in there, snow, whatever. Easy to wipe out, rinse out. Does it have drain plugs?
I don't know. I assume it does. Let's
Let's take a look.
See. Yeah, it does. There's one right there. Oh. And you don't see. Unlike the Jeep, you don't have to worry about the. You don't have to worry about removing the carpets. There, I'm touching snow through the floor.
And it locks in place, not pressure fit.
How about that? That's pretty nice.
That's Jeep. Take notes. How about those seats?
Man, these are actually, they're not leather. They're like this marine grade vinyl. But I
good for off-roading.
The first thing I noticed when I drove one of these was that these seats are about 10 times more comfortable than the Rubicon seats. And that's just an arbitrary number that I just threw out there to sound impressive.
I'm going to hop in the driver's seat and check these seats out for myself. Oh, wow. That is...
So you notice it doesn't like press up on above your knees like the Jeep seats do, which kind of cuts off the circulation on long drives. At least, I mean, I haven't taken this on a long drive yet, but it just feels... more comfortable to me.
They feel softer too.
And the headrest is a little bit more forward, so it actually, like, it feels ergonomic.
The headrest in the Wranglers is so far forward that it hurts my neck when we're driving. I don't know, it just doesn't go high enough, and I'm 6'2". It's always hitting me in the back of the head, where this one is, it's softer, and it's not as pointy, and it's a little bit more vertical. This I immediately notice is way more comfortable. Close the door here. Whew, warm.
This is a cosmetic thing, but I really like that the roof is black instead of white.
Yeah.
It just feels more, it's got kind of more of a premium feel. I feel like really weird talking about a vehicle. I feel like I'm on Jay Leno's garage or something.
You can pay more money in the Wranglers to get like carpet on the roof.
I have that.
Yeah.
But it's only like,
not as nice.
It would be like in this section, for example. Whereas this is just, this feels nice.
You're right. The black top definitely makes a difference on the inside, and it's not bright and glary. The other thing I noticed is it isn't really echoey in here. The Wranglers and the Gladiators, when you don't have a lot of stuff in them, get really echoey with the hard top without the lining or anything like that.
I never thought of that.
And this isn't echoey at all, which is going to make a big difference for shooting video. I'm not going to show you guys all the same things that every other channel showed you. I'm just trying to give you guys some of my personal feedback as a Wrangler owner, a Jeep owner. There's lots of little things that I'm really liking so far. So here's the 360 camera.
Yeah.
So what do we hit this? And okay, wow, there we go.
Yeah, so you get the full 12-inch rear view.
Full view.
And then we've got the forward cam.
Ooh.
Is that a forward cam? What is that?
I think so. That's what it's in.
Yeah.
There's your bumper, so you can see where your wheels are lining up.
Yeah.
If you're going through an obstacle or something like that.
Yeah.
And then what's this? What is going?
What is that?
What is that view?
It's showing tires.
That is like a. Is that a top down?
Is that the front or the rear?
Oh, you know what that is? That's the cameras on your mirrors showing you where each tire is going.
What? Oh, that's actually really useful. Because if you're on like a tight trail or you're rock crawling or something, you can see where your tires are going. You know what? I would use this all the time.
If you're going and trying to get really close to a rock or let's say like a cliff edge.
I feel like this is cheating. This is a cheat code.
Okay, enough about the camera system. We've got auxiliary buttons up top, but look, There's 6 of them, which would be really handy to have a couple extra.
You know what's really cool? I was looking at this handle, and this is removable, which gives you mount points. I bet you companies are going to come out with accessories that you could mount here. Like imagine like some kind of tablet or laptop holder you could screw onto here.
That's cool.
That could be useful. I remember, because this handle is kind of useless.
I remember them talking about lots of stuff is like you can unbolt it. I think if there's a Bronco screw on it, if there's a logo, a Bronco logo on the screw, it's an accessory. Yeah. And you can unbolt it.
You can see it says all over the place, accessory ready.
There's little Bronco written on the bolt, which means it's a removable accessory.
Yeah, so I mean, again, you've got mounting points here because these handles, like, yeah, I guess if you're a passenger, these are kind of nice. But for the driver's side, I'm never going to touch that. I've got a steering wheel.
I don't like that the handle's down below. I like that the Jeeps put the handles up above to grab.
Makes more sense.
And pull you into the Jeep. So I think this, I'm not a big fan of, but like it's got nice rubber grips on it. Obviously you can remove it because it's got the Bronco logos on it. That was the first thing I noticed when I went to jump in here. I went to go grab up top.
Well, you could put your own handles on. Oh, no, you can't. There's no space on the side of the roll bar here. I just realized this. You can't wrap a hand, like, you know, those handles you can get on Amazon or people make. You can't do that here because the door sits flush against it.
That's right. Yeah, that's
so,
right.
I'm sure someone there'll be
there's
bolts here.
Something.
So I bet someone will come out with something that bolts onto here.
Are they Bronco bolts?
They're not.
Not Bronco bolts.
No.
Well, I just watched Lightbright's video and they have the soft top. Did you see how the soft top was flapping up and you could put your hand right out?
Yeah, that was brutal.
That was I don't think the soft top is a great option on these Broncos. I really like the look of the hardtop on them. I think it just looks so much cleaner, and I would definitely get a hardtop if you're getting a Bronco. I'm not a fan of the soft top, but lots of people are getting them with soft tops because they had a lot of issues with these hardtops starting out.
Hello?
And hello, I'm out here.
Convertible.
How easy was that to undo?
It's the same as the Jeep ones. What have I done? I can't get it back on.
Uh-oh. There we go. If Shaun and I can figure the roof out, anybody can. Yeah. So we've got all the regular stuff here. We got sway bar disconnects. We've got lockers front and back. What is this thing here?
Donut mode.
Oh, that's the donut mode that
we're the donut mode button.
Oh,
I think I'm going to get a label thing, and I'm just going to label this donut mode.
Yeah, we'll get some stickers made up. Yeah. I like that they put the windows down here. So this was something else I noticed.
Instead of up here?
Yeah.
It's very, very good.
You'll be able to hit the windows right here. Much more accessible. And you're not trying to mix it up with everything else, and it leaves room for this giant screen.
Did you tell them about the cool little wireless charging thing here?
No. So Shaun just figured it out. I didn't know about this either. And okay, first of all, this has Android Auto wireless, which
and CarPlay
and CarPlay. So if you've got an iPhone or an Android phone, you can wirelessly connect to Android Auto, which something the Jeep still doesn't have.
This one, I just get in and my Android Auto is already going.
So I can just fire my phone just in there, and that's going to charge it?
Yeah, it's charging, see?
Oh, look at that. Sweet. That's pretty slick.
Yeah, and then it does have USB ports here as well. USB-C and
some extra ports. So I don't know how this will last with, bouncing around, but, for around town, and you just chuck your phone in there, you're good to go. But you've got your Android Auto, and you can put your Gaia Maps. So everybody's always asking what maps we use. Gaia Maps will come up on your giant screen. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The selector wheel of fun. Whoa, look at that. It's doing stuff. So the GOAT mode, which, I think is a play on Greatest of All Time, but it's not.
It's Get Over All Terrain.
Get Over All Terrain.
Yes.
Okay. So this replaces the four-wheel drive selector in the Wranglers, and you can go between 4 automatic, 2 high, which is going to be your regular mode, 4 low. What is this thing in the middle? I want to push that.
I was wondering. I don't know. Is that even a button?
It is a button.
I pressed it.
What's going on up here?
Nothing.
Nothing? Do we have to be on?
It's got an icon of the Bronco with a dip underneath.
Do you think that's maybe like a hill assist?
That's something that I haven't seen anywhere on here.
That must be for hill assist or descent.
But that's a weird icon for that. Okay, let's see what happens.
Clear the OKs. So that's going to be annoying. Aired down to always be prompted.
Okay.
Okay,
trail 1 pedal drive active. Use set button
for trail control.
Sounds like a trail assist.
Yeah.
Like, what am I thinking here? Where it controls the speed for you.
Yeah, hill descent. Something
no,
like
not hill descent. Like what do we
crawl
have in the
mode?
Jeep? Yeah, it's like a crawl control.
Yeah, okay,
that's what it is.
Probably what it is. Yeah, yeah.
Trail control is what they call it. So crawl control is probably the same thing.
One pedal drive. So you probably just set your speed like we do in the Wranglers.
Yeah, then you just use a brake.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. So there's no lever, but honestly, guys, I like this.
Me too.
The new transfer cases in the Jeeps are all electronically controlled, so the lever is kind of just a stagnated piece of gear in your Jeep, and this just makes things simpler and easier. You know, I know this is going to be controversial, but I think they could have done without the lever for the drive select as well.
Yeah, this is just taking up a lot of space. I mean, why not just put it up by the steering wheel like a truck? And then you've got extra space for other stuff here, which would be useful. I know, like, people like the lever, but honestly, I hate the 4-wheel drive lever in the Gladiator because it's so clunky. Like, sometimes it doesn't want to shift, and you have to like smash your elbow when you shift and stuff. This, you just push a button and it shifts. Yeah, there's more electronics to it, but I mean,
it's all electronic under.
It's all electronic anyway.
Yeah.
I like this. I think this is a good improvement.
Yeah, and I think replacing the lever here for the gear selector. Here come the hate comments. But it would make this more accessible. It would make your buttons a little bit more accessible because you kind of got to go around this to hit your heated seats or your defroster or your fan. This is kind of in the way a lot. Now are these? Oh, cool.
Ooh, buttons.
I like that. The LCDs in the knobs is really cool.
It's definitely a lot cleaner of a setup here.
My thoughts with the dash is it's not as rugged feeling, but it's way more modernized feeling, and I think I like it. You know, I like the Jeep dash. Honestly, I don't think either dash is better than the other, in my opinion.
You talk about the 12-inch screen. I mean, I know this is like everyone knows about this, but this screen is huge. This is like an iPad.
I called it a 10.5-inch earlier, but yeah, 12-inch.
It's a 12-inch screen. It's pretty nice.
Enough of inside the Jeep. It's not a Jeep. All right, enough of inside the Bronco. Let's take a look at some of these cool features that I really like for off-roading on the outside. So, first of all, the doors. Hey.
So it's a little hot. I thought I'd roll down the windows, enjoy the sunshine a little bit.
This beautiful summer weather.
Beautiful sunny day.
Yeah, so I think this is so cool. The half doors. This is basically a half door from the factory because there's frameless glass. And one of the things I noticed initially when coming up to this was the door doesn't almost hit you in the face when you open it. I know that might not seem very interesting when you're just in a parking lot or something like that, but when we're out on the trail, we're getting in our rigs from all kinds of weird angles.
Or at the mall.
Yeah, or Starbucks, the mall, whatever. You can lean through your door to get your coffee a little bit better at the drive-thru, but honestly, getting in and out of this seems a lot less clunky.
Yeah, and it's just a nice difference from the Jeep.
Yeah, and I think part of the reason why they did this was, well, all the doors come off just like a Jeep, but you can store them in the back of the Bronco, and because you don't have this big frame around them, they take up way less space.
You can actually take all 4 doors and all the roof panels and put them, it came with the bags, and you can fit them all in the back of the Bronco.
So you don't have a big, it's a separate panel in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's got the Freedom panels on the Jeep, except there's 2 of them.
Yeah. So
that also makes the back a lot easier to take off, probably.
Right. So you don't have a big canopy here over the back.
Yeah. So the middle one's just one, I think. It's not separated like
it's
this.
Not Freedom panels.
Yeah. It's one panel.
But you don't have to pull a huge roof piece off.
And you could also take just the middle one off, I think, if you wanted to.
Cool.
Which I don't know why you would do that, but
you could do it. You could take the front and the middle.
Yeah.
And leave the back on.
Yeah.
You can get all of the benefits of having a soft top and have a hard top and have it easy to.
And let's be honest, guys, the soft top looks like garbage.
Yeah.
Like,
I was talking about that earlier.
The hard top looks so nice.
Yeah. No, I think definitely just because of the proportions of the way that the Bronco works, they've got this really nice clean line, but the tub is taller than a Jeep. And so the roof section is shorter than what's on the Jeep. Now, I think just quickly looking over at mine, I really like how the soft top looks on the Wrangler, but I much prefer the look of the hard top on the Bronco. So we've got the windows, we've got the mirrors. This is the other thing. Everybody knows about the mirrors. We won't talk about the mirrors.
They're not on the doors.
But I think this needs to come off, or this is going to get snapped off by a tree. But at least it's not a big, ugly silver antenna like on the Jeeps. But the mirrors, if you take the doors off, the mirrors stay on the body, which is cool, but I'm a little concerned about how much this whole unit costs if you snap one off. And you know,
solid point.
We've snapped a couple off. I'm not sold on this whole design here, but honestly, that's a pretty minor concern. The thing Shaun was just talking about is the zone lighting. So you can turn on all four sides. All four sides have lights. You have lights here. You've got lights up front, your rear lights, and you can turn them all on and have like a built-in scene lighting. So kind of gets you to that first point. If you're out overlanding and you want to see where you're getting out, you don't have to add a bunch of lights.
Wheeling.
Night wheeling, yes.
Like, I really want to test this out at night and see how useful it is, especially in combination with that camera, the tire camera we were talking about on the mirrors.
Yeah.
So if you got the lights, then you can see your tires at night. That's cool.
I want to see that 360 camera feature at night, because I can't see very well at night. What else? We've got the Badlands. You've got the Sasquatch edition. So that means what? 35-inch tires, B-lock capable wheels.
Yeah, it's also a wider stance.
Yeah, so so they've got wider fender flares on it to cover the bigger tires that stick out more. Now this is something that Jeep immediately started offering with an extreme package after the Bronco came factory with 35-inch tires. So if you're really worried about warranty claims, stuff like that, you don't have to upgrade anything on this, and you have 35s, which is really cool. And this is the other thing that's really sweet.
Did I do them all? This one's not all the way up. I don't know, but it has quick releases on here. I'm sure they work great.
Yeah, so this is the other thing I was just about to talk about, is all of these fenders come off. Now the Jeep fenders, they come off, but they don't go back on.
This also allows for super easy aftermarket replacements, right?
So if you're putting wider wheels on, maybe you go with a larger tire that's a little wider. I bet there's going to be aftermarket wider fender flares available soon.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to add some sort of fin.
Think about how complex these are to remove with the inner fender and everything.
Yeah, and Jeep's solution when they put their 35s on the Extreme package was basically just to add a lip to the existing fender flares, and it looks really like an afterthought. Mm-hmm. And this looks really clean. And if you guys have seen any of the Raptor Bronco or the Warthog, I don't know what they're calling it, they basically put bigger tires on it and they've just made wider fender flares, and it looks more integrated and part of the design of the vehicle. Couple quick things I want to cover on the outside, or as far as like off-roading goes and the suspension. On Broncos, they do not have a solid axle. They have independent front suspension, which kind of has an advantage and a disadvantage. Now, I know all the Jeep enthusiasts are going to say, we need solid axles. That's the best off-road performance, the best way to get traction, best way to get articulation. But on the flip side, we've got independent front suspension and way more clearance on the front of the Bronco underneath. It has a disconnecting sway bar that you can unlock under load. So if you find you're not getting enough traction and maybe one of your wheels is coming off the ground, you just hit that sway bar disconnect and it's going to dump the other wheel down and help you with some of that traction. Throw your lockers on, and that's pretty good. So we got a look underneath here. You can see it coming down, and that's pretty good flex on 35s from the factory. I think the Wrangler probably got a little higher on here, but not bad. Now, what about putting a winch on here? Because you need a winch, right?
So there's, unfortunately, the accessory. I don't think you can really get any accessories right now. It seems really difficult to get stuff, but I'm not sure if it's like how it works. It kind of like bolts on here and it comes up here, and then the winch goes up here. Like, this is the official winch accessory.
So it's like a bull bar thing that
but it blocks the camera. So, you know, I want my winch to be down here somewhere. So I'm going to be looking for a bumper that has that.
Yeah.
There's also, I saw Rough Country has something, it looks like it replaces this, and it's like a hidden winch. That might be a solution until I get a different bumper.
I know our friends over at Warren Industries have been posting on their Instagram some Bronco pics with not just a Warren winch, but as well their bumper series.
Yeah, it looks really nice too.
You know, there's one option, and definitely getting a winch on here. It's a little bit sad to hear that the solution to get a winch on such a capable off-road vehicle is so cumbersome.
That's somewhere that the Jeep comes out ahead, because the bumper that comes with the Rubicon is pretty much winch ready, right?
So yeah, you can get a winch plate. Warren makes a winch plate, and you just attach it to the front of your bumper. You got to take the bumper off. but you do, and then you can add a winch, because I'm using a factory winch, or I'm using a winch on my factory bumper. But
Yeah.
I feel like the Bronco came up a little bit short in the ability to add a winch to it.
And this is the modular bumper that like the better bumper out of, so the equivalent of the Rubicon bumper, but
yeah, so you can,
no ability to put a winch on it right out of the box is a little bit disappointing.
so you can take the end caps off of it. You've got factory tow hooks on it, which is great, but the winch part.
Yeah, I basically have to replace the bumper to put a winch on it, which is a lot of money.
And then what about mounting a license plate on there? Because you don't have a license plate. We need a license plate here in BC.
Yeah, so if you're gonna get one of these, make sure you tell, if you do have to have a front license plate where you live, we do here, make sure you tell them not to put it on, because what they did here is they drilled holes in the actual body of the Bronco to mount a license plate, which I immediately just took off because it looks ugly and blocks the grill.
Bronco isn't perfect, but there's definitely a ton of innovation going on with it. And I think that has really put it ahead of the Jeep Wrangler in a lot of areas. I am still a huge Jeep enthusiast. I really like my Wrangler, but after getting a walkthrough and sort of a first-hand look at the Bronco, I gotta say, guys, I'm pretty impressed.
Right now, I'm enjoying the heck out of driving this thing today. Out here, it is such a comfortable and fun vehicle to drive, and I'm looking forward to exploring what it can do more.
If you want to see the Bronco out on the trail, go check out Shaun's channel, The Story Told Now. I can't imagine he's going to wait very long to go do some serious off-roading. We're just kind of messing around out here today if you want to check out last week's video. I can't wait to see it on the trail. You'll see it on my channel because we off-road together all the time. I'll put a link to Shaun's channel down in the description, and subscribe because I upload every week. And I'll see you guys next week.